So guys, let's talk about what is left for the British or the UK to be added in the top ranks of air battles. We already did a video talking about the Germans, the Americans, the Russians, the Japanese, and even the French. But today I wanted to talk about the British, because the British have a very weird position in the game. And yeah, what is left for them to be added? Well, there isn't a lot, to be honest. The first thing, obviously, would be under the sea Harrier FA2, the F-35B. Yes, we are far off from any 5th generation jets, but to be honest, in that tech tree, we do not have anything else other than the F-35. This obviously would be the VTOL one. It can have, Navy or, Air Force skins. And yeah, it would not have an internal gun, of course, as a radar, all the most modern things that a 5th generation jet can have. I'm not gonna, list everything, obviously, because it is way too far into the future, and of course, it is a 5th generation jet. So we already have videos talking about specifically the performance of these aircraft and what you can expect, etc., right? But in a general sense, yeah, there isn't anything else in that, part of the tech tree other than, an F-35, which is kind of crazy that we are getting to these situations that, oh, the next aircraft on that specific line will be an F-35, even if it takes 2 years. It's kind of nuts that we're talking about that like that, right? And then what else is there? Well, I mean, there is, for example, another Eurofighter. Yes, we can have other Eurofighters under the Typhoon FGR-4, with the presence of the Brimstone and the way that it's added. There isn't many middle versions that we can have. I mean, maybe at a certain point they might add like a prototype as an event or something, but to be honest, a later model of the FGR-4 is what you can expect. This version would be a very late Tranche 2 or probably a Tranche 3, right? The idea here is that it would be the, bridge that fills the gap between the 4th generation 4+ generation jet right now and the F-35s of the world that we will see in 2 years, right, as we were talking about. So for example, having a Tranche 3 would mean that it would have the Meteor missile, an SRAM missile, even an M120C5 if they want to. With the Tranche 3 we can have even an AESA radar, the Captor AESA, right? So that they are, upgrading and everything. So, it would be a whole bunch of upgrades, basically making the FGR-4 a later model of the Typhoon, right? It would just increase the performance, have better radar, better missiles, a little bit of a better air-to-ground technically. I mean, it could take some other missiles and other things, but to be honest, I doubt that we will see any of these, like for example the Storm Shadow, but it's something that it's, it could be used for, this version already, right? But the Marty ER, for example, anti-ship missile, better versions of Lightning Pod, the Spear 3 missile, or, is it a missile or a bomb? I always forget, but you get the idea, right? So we can have other things like this, but in a general sense, it's a better radar, better weapons, and that's kind of it. And to be honest, guys, apart from maybe a small addition from before, like, I don't know, a Harrier GR9, or even better, the GR7A or GR9A, which would carry the Mark 107 engine, which would be way better for the Harriers, there isn't anything else to be added. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? The British themselves do not have a lot of things to be added. It's pretty much Eurofighters, some Harriers, and an F-35 in the future. But maybe the idea here is that we will see other nations getting a substantial addition in this tech tree, right? Of course, I'm talking about many countries. Some examples would include the Legacy F-18 and the Super Hornet later from the Australians, the Su-30 MKI, the Rafale or MiG-29K, and even other jets for the Indians. But to be honest, I doubt that we will see too many of them being added in the tech tree themselves, because, I mean, think about it too. Is Gaijin actually going to have a tech tree that has a Rafale, an Eurofighter, a Gripen, an Su-30 MKI, and a MiG-29K together with an F-35? I really doubt it, but we will probably see some of these. The SU-30 MKI is one that I think has a very big chance of being like a very late premium or event vehicle or something. Even the MiG-29K as well. Aircraft like that could really be added without too much of a problem. You know, these, it wouldn't bring too many differences, but the differences that they do bring are pretty interesting. Like for example, new missiles like the Astra and stuff. So it could be very interesting. And the F-18s, I mean, it's just logical that they would be added. The F-111 is already there, right? But that's kind of it. Yes, guys, we are hitting the end game of the British. To be honest, I have a feeling that this end game will last for a very long time. I don't think we will see 5th generation jets and everything with that too soon in the game, at least not in this year, I would say. But we are reaching the end game of this particular, you know, situation with this tech tree, which is pretty weird to even say, right? But yeah, we are getting there. But basically this is it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, and I see you guys on the next one. So make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and bye guys, see ya.